quick testimonial from Pat. Just ready to go?
I came up and I told Brian that I'll give him my testimonial. I've been on this program for 5 years, and
5 years taking the oils and take the minerals too, or just the oils?
all three.
All three.
All three in the dosage that you suggest. I've not been sick in 5 years. During the COVID period, I didn't have any shots. Nothing happened to me. I worked out in the public, never stopped, never got sick. I don't get colds. I am told that I look younger than I am. I'm not 105, but I am 75. But,
Pretty good. Pretty good.
The doctors say my cholesterol, my lipids, all of it is perfect. All below the standards for someone that is supposed to be at my age. So I feel pretty good about it. I just wanted Brian to know that I am a big fan of his, and if he needed a testimonial, which he did, grabbed me and said, please tell the public that. So.
Yeah, I'm a theoretical guy, but real life results are, of course, all that counts. You know, if the theory's wrong, it's not going to work, so it better work. Thanks.
Yeah.
Appreciate it a lot. Thanks, Pat.
Why did I? Because I was getting older, and I went to one of his seminars, and it
Wanted to stay healthy. Wanted to stay healthy.
Yeah. My
Smart.
My grandkids. It wasn't getting
Too many people come when it's too late. They're half dead, then they come. It's like I can't fix a house that's 3/4 burned down. You know? You can't do that. A couple more things on heart disease. Prostacyclin is made from, on the back. Prostacyclin is the body's natural blood thinner, just because so many people are on blood thinners like Eliquis or something. These oils make the body's natural blood thinner. It's called PGI2, prostacyclin. Guy won the Nobel Prize for that. So it does PGE1, which is an anti-inflammatory vasodilator. So anybody with COPD, breathing problems, cardiovascular problems, the blood platelets can't stick together, can't stick to an artery. I don't know how you'd get a heart problem given the lack of those two conditions. So they just do so much with the heart. It's unbelievable. That's pretty much it. One or two quick questions, then I'll go through this stuff I ripped out just to bring you to go through it. But you got a question?
Okay, I got two questions.
Okay.
For you. One, I've been following you for about over 20 years. Yeah. My husband is a farm boy, and he heard about you driving the tractor, and he says, we
Yes.
should go watch these guys. So we did for 20 years. We've been
Thanks.
Having your product. We love it. But I got a question for you. What did it change since I remember you used to push more the omega-3s more than the 6?
No, never. You got me confused with somebody else. No.
That is more 6 than 3.
No.
No?
Comment was she thought I was more in favor of the 3s, but no, that's everybody else. You got me mixed up with them. See, this is what happens when you get bombarded with omega-3, omega-3, omega-3. 12-to-1 is the ratio in the body of omega-6 to omega-3 parent, but it has never been the majority of omega-3, ever. Okay. It's always been at least 2-to-1 in favor of parent omega-6. As far as the supplement, remember, this is supplement, so I recommend supplements. You're still getting some of the parent 6 and parent 3 in the food, just not a lot. So you need a supplement to compensate. Good question. That's number one.
Now, question number 2. In a cold pressed soy oil, it does have a settling underneath, which is called lecithin.
Yeah.
Correct? My husband swears for the soy lecithin because it has choline and a bunch of stuff. We were just talking so much against soy, but in this case, being a cold pressed and with a natural settling, what's your opinion?
Yeah, the comment is lecithin. It's an emulsifier for fats. There's so little of it in something, I'm not worried about it. Soy oil you do not want to be taking because it's garbage. But soy lecithin, that's typically what they do. Don't worry about it.
Cold press.
Cold press doesn't matter, it just means there's no chemicals. But soy is the wrong stuff. It's like saying, I got the best fish oil in the world. Great. It's the wrong stuff. It doesn't matter. That's not the issue, the impurities in it. But soy lecithin, don't worry about it. Very, very small amount. Good question.
I've been on using this for quite a few years.
Yep, yep.
I've got blood tests back and it says that my red blood cells are high. What causes that? Is there,
Red blood cells high.
my body makes more red blood cells?
Usually they're low. I mean, has it been high for a long time?
I don't know, I just.
Well, you kind of need a baseline to see. You have anything wrong with you?
No,
Did he act like it was a problem?
no, just found it.
Well, I would get another test. I always say if you get blood tests and they're funny, get another one 90 days later, because about 30% of the time they're not accurate.
I have, and it's still just a little. high.
Still say, well, what's a little? 10%, 5%?
I don't.
Just a tad?
Yeah.
Tad, don't worry about it. It's very close. I mean, if it's like 30%, 40%, that's a big deal. But if it's 2 or 3%, it could just be normal for you. These are all statistical things. There's curves, and some people are just outside the curve. If it's just a little, it's nothing to worry about, especially if you don't have any symptoms. Good question.
There's this TV doctor, kind of.
It's a lot of them, yeah.
And Craig and I have stumbled over a thing called lectins in all of the foods. So
Oh, it's that,
Have you heard that? And what is that?
that Gundry?
Oh, is it gonna be?
Yeah, in Palm Springs, we know.
Right. No? No? Okay. That's good enough.
I have no use for the guy. I mean, a lot of it's lower carb, you know, so they get some of it automatically in what they're saying, but they all have to have a hook or an angle that's different from the next guy.
Yes.
So they come up with insane stuff. It's like the skin of a vegetable or a fruit. It's anti-bug. You know, it's going to be hazardous for a bug to eat. But look at the size of a bug. You know, we're not that size, so we're a million times bigger.
Let's stop worrying about it then.
Totally. Good question.
Yeah, you touched on calcium pills. My doctor has told me I need to.
Oh yeah, deal with calcium.
Yes, I need to know.
Me too.
When they look at bone density, what's on the outside of the bone has nothing to do with the bone density. Osteoporosis is a screwed up bone matrix. Bone matrix is made by collagen, amino acids, and EFAs. Bone matrix has nothing to do with calcium or any other mineral you dump on it. So what are they measuring? They're measuring density of the bone and what's coating the bone, calcium. So the only way they can get higher bone density, because none of them know about EFAs, is take more calcium. That gives you a bone fracture. And let me give you this. Here's one. Eating 12 eggs a week didn't raise cholesterol levels. New study finds. April 2024. People ate 12 eggs versus 2 eggs. Cholesterol numbers didn't matter. I only have one comment for this. Why wasn't this done 30 years ago?
Yeah.
Shove 12 eggs down you and measure your cholesterol. You shove 2 eggs down you and measure your cholesterol and report it. Doesn't sound too hard to me. Maybe I'm a simpleton. I don't know. You can answer that. Why the hell wasn't this done 30 years ago? Well, nobody wanted to see this. Doesn't matter what the heck you eat, the cholesterol stays the same.
Yep. I read that.
That's it. Okay, back to calcium. How well does calcium intake really protect your bones? This was February 2024. Harvard. Oh, we got Harvard. The answer is it doesn't. Here, I'll give you some of the stuff. This is from 2015. They advise a ton of calcium intake. Looked at bone fractures. The results may seem startling, but it did nothing. They don't reduce bone fractures at all. I published it. It went in 1996, by the way. What the analysis found, number one, neither dietary calcium nor calcium supplements were associated with reduction in fractures. Actually, there's a big increase because they looked at people in Iowa drinking a ton of milk, higher bone fractures. Number two, 44 studies looked at calcium supplements. Let's see what they find. Nothing. And so Harvard's finally admitting worthless. But again, it's not worthless. Causes, they didn't go that far. It causes fractures. I remember when I started this 20 years ago, a nurse goes, got osteoporosis. I said, no, you don't. You mean you have low density because osteoporosis is the bone matrix, and they're never looking at that. If you had that, you'd have rickets, you'd have tetany, your nerves would be shaking if you had low calcium. Nobody gets that today. Calcium is in everything, made up by the dairy companies. Brilliant. Once again, to con you. Calcification of the plaque is the last stage of heart disease with the most inflammation, hardens your arteries, causes heart disease, gives you a heart attack. Brilliant. Once again, the quote solution to the problem is actually the cause. Every time you turn around.
What?
The cause. Cause of the problem. What they're telling you is the solution is the cause. Well, it could be more insidious than that. If you don't make these books your Bible, there's almost no hope. Because to my knowledge, there's nobody that has any real insight that gives you the science, because it's too hard. I'm done writing books. I'll never be like, you're going to do another one. Number one, there's nothing else to write. Number two, it's too hard. Because I go over this stuff 100 times before I publish anything to make sure it's meticulous and it's right. Every journal article, I read the whole damn thing. If there's a reference in the article, I pull the reference. If there's a reference in that, I pull the reference in that. And I assure you, there's nobody in the world that does anything to the level I do it. It's too hard. So there's one of me. It's no problem. Happy to work alone. But it's exhausting. And I've written everything there is to write. I have nothing new to say. So why would I write anything new? I don't need to just hear myself yapping. It's all done, and I've advanced things. So if you don't advance things and just regurgitate like this book here, you know, it's 300 pages of great regurgitation, but there's no insight, zero. So why would you write a book? I mean, unless you wanted to say a wonderful summary of what's already out there, but they don't like doing that. And that's okay. Just let people know it's okay. You're not going to learn anything that's not already known, and there's no differentiation between most important thing to do, least important thing to do. There's 50 things to do all on the same level. You got to do 50 things. You think nature would make it where your genetics require 30 things, and 20 of those are different from you because you're different, and 10 are different from her, and I got to spend my whole damn day deciding what I eat. I mean, it's insane. It's absolutely insane. Making it way too hard.
Did you say your book about cancer is no longer published?
Not printed, but if you look at brianpeskin.com, there's a digital program there. You can get all the books. I love the hard copies. I just don't like digital stuff, but at least they're there. And there's a pile of stuff there, and it's like $30 or something. It's real cheap. I tried to make it where anybody can see this stuff. But Hidden Story of Cancer is a masterpiece. That took me 4 years to write, and it is a masterpiece of science. It's not your average book. I had a theoretical physicist that was a PhD and professor, full professor, said, Brian, this is worthy of a thesis just on its own. And he's right. He understood the level of it. But it's even people at MD Anderson read it and goes, you know, this isn't that easy, you know. I said, no.
I found one of the Hidden Story of Cancer.
Oh, you can get them used. You can get them used.
Yeah, you didn't use books.
You can get them used. You can look on the internet, or you can check at places. Oh, yeah, you can get a used one. They're out there. It's just new ones. Because you got to get 5,000 copies or 10,000 copies. People don't buy books anymore. I used to sell thousands of books a year. Actually, in the Netherlands, they 7,000 copies, hardcover, Hidden Story of Cancer in Dutch. They translated it by an MD, and the price was 50% more. It was the equivalent of $60 at the time. Now, it's all devalued, but 7,000 copies in a country the size of the state of Rhode Island, and we're doing nothing here. I keep telling you, we're dumber and dumber and lazier and going in one direction, and it scares the living hell out of me.
I have a doctor friend who I think knows a lot of frontline people in Cedar Rapids, and she said, take aspirin and zinc. And
Zinc is good. Zinc I advocate because it's a good cold. Aspirin?
Yeah.
Aspirin's a horrible drug. If you have any atherosclerosis, meaning plaque buildup, it makes it worse. This is published, and they don't say a word.
Better than Tylenol, right?
Well, it's not for stopping.
It comes off of
It's not for stopping existing heart disease. Aspirin makes it worse.
Oh, yeah.
And it's like prostacyclin is down by, I think it was 42%. It's horrible. You want a strong immune system. Here's one I'll just hit you with real quick. Study may be a game changer on kids and peanut issues. This is something new. Children fed as infants, fed peanuts, are much less likely to develop a peanut allergy. Traditionally, all our intervention has been built on avoidance. This is so stupid because it's saying put a kid in a clean room so he gets no exposure to anything. And then what happens? You throw him out in public and he's dead. You're supposed to have an immune system. A baby is crawling along on the floor. A baby is licking the floor, eating everything. I'm the stage now where something falls on the floor. Don't worry about it. Give me it. I want an immune system. I just eat the damn thing. I mean, it's the exact opposite of what they're telling you.
Exactly, except for the chemicals.
Well, that's different. Yeah, chemicals are different. But I'm saying don't give a kid When I grew up, it was non-existent. Zero. I never heard of anybody having a peanut allergy. Zero. Now it's 1 out of 10 or something. It's like, what the hell are you doing?
I think it's in the vaccines.
Doesn't help. Biggest thing with vaccines, it's not necessarily any one. What they're doing is they're giving multiple vaccines to a baby, overloading its nervous system. I think they're giving up to 6 vaccines at once, which is dumber than dirt. Now, the doctor makes a lot of money. He's getting paid probably extra. But it's as simple as that. It's not even in what's any one. There was none of this autism problem. I always look at what's changed over 20, 40 years. Why 40 years ago was there no problem? Well, I got all the vaccines. We got one at a time. Every 6 months, I think, was the thing. Now, to hell with that, getting 6 at once. Well, wait a minute. You got this little baby. It's not meant to get a shot because all your immune system goes to your nose, or worst case, your mouth if you eat it, but typically it's respiratory. So getting something shoved in the blood is the wrong method to begin with, but I'll even give you that. What's in the stuff, I'll even give you that. Getting 6 at once, that would never, ever happen normally. And then you get this problem, gee, it correlates with that beautifully. To me, it's done. And they just go, "Ew," and nothing changes. Now you got autistic kids, what's it, 1 in 8? Used to be 0.
That's because there are educators who don't educate.
Correct.
I'm a long-time educator.
Oh, correct.
And when we had children, there was no such thing. More than 50 years ago,
Yeah.
no such thing. How come all of a sudden,
Well, you're thinking the way I do.
some of them are the most bright children of all?
Where did this come from? How do you go from 0? It's like I talked to a doctor, pediatric endocrinologist, Brian. You probably didn't know this. Pre-1940, the number of type 2 diabetics was a 0. Not close to 0, 0. How do you go in 80 years to half the country's diabetic? We're doing it to ourselves unknowingly. Unknowingly. That's the problem. So, hopefully you'll get a book, you'll look at my website or something, you'll get the science. Because I really want you to get into science understanding why you need these oils, minerals, and detoxifier. You need to know this on your own. I appreciate you listen to me. You may even have faith in what I'm saying. It's not required. I'm not a religious institution. I'm not a political institution. All I want you to do is go, what he said, I haven't heard people talk like this guy, and he's giving stuff that sounds like it's based pretty much on science. I need to look at this because I don't want to go down the tubes in 10 years. And believe me, you don't listen to what I'm telling you, you'll go down the tubes. Because if there's anybody that isn't down the tubes, they're somehow getting these oils. They may not know how, but somebody's giving it to them or it's in their diet, because there is no way you can be decent without getting these. It's just impossible.
So how many oils should you take a day?
Standard dose, 725 milligram cap is 1 per every 40 pounds. If nothing's wrong with you, just to stay healthy. Because it goes into the cell. It's not like it's a coenzyme, like a mineral or something. It actually goes in the cell. So it's 1 per every 40 pounds. And if people are sick, I like taking some at night because you recuperate at night. You heal at night. In the morning, you'll get energy.
My doctor, a couple years ago, did, of course, the national, or the traditional blood test.
Yep,
My LDL was like 119, and back then he said, it's okay.
yep,
This past year, I went in for my standard blood test.
yep.
It's 108. Now all of a sudden, he says, you need to be on statins because you got cardiovascular disease. And I said, no.
You have cardiovascular disease? What do you base that on?
I don't know, just the readings of,
He just said you do?
yeah,
Based on the cholesterol number.
LDL.
I've never heard of anybody doing that. That's incredible to me.
I've done some research. I got a book from the library.
That's incredible to me.
Cardiologist, and in there, he mentioned something about doing an LP little a.
Yeah,
test.
yeah.
Is that something you should do or no? It supposedly says everybody's got this genetic.
It's minor. I'm not big on any of these tests. You can do an apolipoprotein
I've been
B.
taking the EFAs for.
You got very little to worry about.
I occasionally get ocular migraines, I have ear ringing problems, and I get leg cramps sometimes at night.
Leg cramps are typically mineral related, like potassium, not getting enough for some reason. You take any oils, and you still get those other
Well,
problems?
I'm not taking, I just started taking.
Oh, they should. That stuff should all go down. Like the headaches with vasodilation, it's blood flow. I don't know how to. It is almost impossible for me to get a headache. Almost impossible.
I get that aura thing, where you see the.
I've never had that. I don't even know what it is. Yeah, I think the oils are going to help the blood flow because they are absolute vasodilators. Within 90 days, that should go way.
Help neurotransmitters.
Absolutely.
I've also been told, I've got dysfunction.
Your eye-hand coordination goes through the roof. I mean, I'm so fast I can catch a fly. And so can Dr. Rob that was on the radio with me. He's in his 70s. Catch a fly with his hand. So it's the athletic capability. So to answer your question, yes. Neurologic is tied to these oils too. The myelin sheath has these oils in it. Everything is tied to these oils. But give it some time.
Yeah.
Takes longer. There's priority where the oil's going to go. Good question.
I'll
And
report back.
the leg cramps again?
Typically, it's tied to minerals. Typically tied to a lack of potassium or something.
Yeah. and then-
I don't know. I don't have much experience with that because I've never had it. Nobody calls me about it. But from other people, they've told me that. Leg cramping, you ever get that? Is it minerals? I never get it. But it's typically minerals. You can ask a sports doctor. Sports chiropractor maybe should know that. Yeah.
I've been taking the minerals and the oils for 8 or 10 years.
Yeah.
I have a new stent that I got this summer in my heart.
Really?
Why?
That's a good question. What do you typically eat? What'd you eat yesterday? Are you eating a lot of processed oils? What'd you eat yesterday?
I can't remember.
That's not good. What'd you eat today?
Cheese.
What'd you eat
I
today?
eat hamburger. I eat peanut butter.
Is it organic peanut butter? If it's not organic, it'll be defective oils. It'll be hydrogenated, screwed up oils.
I don't.
You eat a lot of it or just a little? You eating it every day, every other day? What are you doing? Oh, that's bad oil in there.
No, I don't eat, I eat Smuckers.
Any of them. If it's not organic, there's hydrogenated oil in there, which is heart disease causing. That's your answer. If you're eating that every other day or every day, you got a problem. These oils can only compensate. The oils compensate as a percentage. So if I'm eating 50% garbage, 50% good, the cell is 50% garbage, 50% good. So it goes in as a percentage, so you better be eating more good oils than stuff. What other stuff you eating? So the peanut butter is horrible. I'm looking for a cause, because it's always causal.
I also eat almond butter and sunflower seed butter, cottage cheese.
Now those butters aren't organic. You got to see what's in it. You got to see what's in it. Anything with oils, organic. Organic. I eat peanut butter, but it's organic. It doesn't have the hydrogenated oil because it's known to be heart disease and cancer causing. That's the only thing I come up. You're getting bad oils, I just don't know where. And these good oils can't get rid of the bad ones. It goes in as a percentage.
I don't eat sugar.
Doesn't matter. That's better. But if you're eating screwed up oils, there's your answer. That's it. Organic. Organic. Anything with fat, organic.
So the EFAs, if you take the EFAs, they can't get rid of the other, push the other,
It gets rid of occlusions. It'll be negative in something, but if you're overpowering it,
right.
and if he's overpowering it, if he's eating a tablespoon of peanut butter, he's probably eating a hell of a lot more than that because you got to spread it on bread. He could be getting 5 times more screwed up oil than good oil. I don't know. But he's definitely, to have a heart problem, you're getting more screwed up oil than good oil. Or it can't happen. It just can't happen.
Can
Organic peanut butter. Get it in the internet.
they clean it out?
Over time, it'll go away. Stop eating the junk. It's not the peanut butter, it's the oil in the peanut butter. And then anything else, so eggs, organic. Anything with fat, bacon, butter, cheese, cream, make damn sure it's organic or you get a problem. Yeah, sorry, that's the answer. They stented it.
What about lard?
Lard's okay. Lard's okay. Still better getting organic. But lard's a saturated fat and monounsaturated, so it's much better. But still get organic. It would still have hydrogenated oil in it.
How can eggs not be organic?
Well, organic means there's no chemicals given in the food. So they're giving them food that's horrible. They're giving them soy. They're giving them, they're feeding them garbage. And then it's in the egg, the residues. Yeah, organic means it's the definition of the FDA's organic. That's the problem.
Do you know a good place for buying pork? Now, maybe in Iowa.
I would go on the internet. You can get it certainly frozen. Get pasture raised, no chemical. Because my wife likes pork chops. I was looking at that, and the answer is yes. You can get it frozen, and it's not terribly priced. It's going to be more. It's probably double. It's probably $16 a pound or something. But you don't want to get sick. You don't need much. You can have one chop and cut it in half. But yeah, you can get it. But pasture raised, so it runs around, and no chemicals, and you can even do organic. But the answer is yeah.
We
Good
sell
question.
meat in town. It's called Prairie Natural Meats and Seafood. It's
Ah.
in West Des Moines. Everything we sell is grass-fed, hormone, antibiotic.
Oh, you sell it?
Yes.
Oh, really? It's
All
yours?
lines of meat.
Oh,
Yeah.
go there.
Yeah.
I'm meeting tomorrow.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Well, people that live here at least give them your card or something.
Prairie Natural Meats and Seafood in West Des Moines. Is, cross the street from the Moine Golf and Country Club is University and 88 behind Dunkin' Donuts.
What's the name of it?
Oh,
Prairie Natural
Prairie.
Meats and Seafood.
Prairie Natural Meats.
and don't stop at the donut shop.
Yeah, just remember Prairie Natural Meats. Look at me. Okay, here's a couple one. Bottom line, ton of people get this. Understanding preventing heart disease by cardiologists. Root cause of heart attack: cholesterol, triglyceride, cholesterol. Just lower, lower, lower. Then he's telling you to eat oatmeal, beans, carbs raise cholesterol, which is appalling to me to say that. Olive oil won't help you. Fish won't help you, soy protein. So, I mean, he's back on the cholesterol thing. And what does cholesterol do? Raises CAC, the number one indicator of heart disease. So you get a big, big publication. They don't even know it. Is cooking with seed oils bad for you? This just came out. The oils are often produced using high heat and chemical solvents. So they've got it. It was in the bottom of an article. It's got it. And nobody changes anything. That's the problem. So it's not that it's not ever published. Here's another one. Drinking coffee may lower risk for diabetes. This came out March 2024, Houston Chronicle. Decades ago, scientists believed drinking coffee was bad for their health. Now it's experiencing a remarkable turnaround. It's the opposite. Well, the first thing I ask is, how? Get used to asking this. What the hell is a metabolic pathway? If it could, how? Why would coffee do anything for diabetes? You're out of your mind. This is the kind of garbage that's out there. Let's see, what's this one? Dairy in our diet gets fresh scrutiny. There's evidence in the diet that high dairy may lower the risk. Vitamin D seems to inhibit cancer. Fatty acids in dairy may have anti-inflammatory. May, seems, and there's a some. Oh, but some studies haven't found much of a difference. So we have may, seems, and some. Does that sound like something you want to follow? That sound like science to you? May, seems, and some.
It's definitive.
I mean, I take you, throw you against the wall. I may knock you out because you hit your head. Okay. Where's the insight there, May? I mean, are you out of your mind? Latest nutrition news you can use. This is Bottom Line Personal, February 24. Omega-3s lower the risk for hearing loss. DHA and EPA. How? It's the most idiotic thing I've read today. I mean, there's no science. They just say this garbage, and you're getting suckered. Absolutely suckered. Neurologically, the FAs do something, not DHA. There's none in there. So I don't even know how they can even go. Doesn't matter what they say. They'll make anything up. No, you're not going to check it. No, you're too stupid because you have no blood flow to the brain taking these oils to even understand any of it. So you believe it. This is what they're doing today in levels I've never seen.
What was the second one you said, DHA and what?
Hearing, EPA. These are two fish oil components. They're both the same. They go back and forth. EPA can go to DHA. DHA can go back to EPA. It's antifreeze for fish. But they're at a level of just say anything. I know they have no skills that are critical analysis. It doesn't matter. It's like, again, Harris with 100% flip-flop. I know you're not going to remember what you said 3 weeks ago. But it's appalling to me. They have to be assuming that, and from what I see, the people are that bad. They have no memory. We fundamentally changed in a year. to a level that scares the living hell out of me. I'm talking 3 years from now, it's going to be a zombie show, whatever they call it. Or a t-shirt, I'm talking to a rock. Who you talking to? Well, I'm not talking to myself, I'm talking to you, so you're the rock. You didn't get that because you have no thinking. I mean, it's unbelievable. That's what I tell people. Just pretend you're talking to a rock. That's the comprehension you're going to get. None. Everybody that says they'll do anything, I'll call you back. I had one getting a new chair. I'll call you back. Let me check on it. Call you back today by the end of the day. Nothing. Call the next day. I'll call you back 3 times. Well, it's ordered. I said, you said you were going to call me when it was ordered. 3 times. I tell my wife, it is 100% trying to get anything done. It is 3 times the effort because they will. Have you noticed that too? Yes. It's not just me. I'm not overly critical, and I'm very objective, and I give people an out if I can give it to them.
Okay, I understand what we're saying.
It's just, it's all blood flow. You can't help them. Then it's the one I love, 10 at night, have a nice day. The day is kind of over. I just had him print out my ticket because I'm going home tomorrow. So the guy takes forever. I said, you know, it's pretty easy. You just do check in United, put in the name and the residence. It should take a minute. And the guy's, it's like, what the hell are you doing? He finally gets it. It says 5 a.m. on the thing. Yeah, have a nice flight tonight. I said, well, it's for tomorrow, but thanks. And, you know, and there's just nothing. There's no response. They're just there. Nobody is home. And if your kids are getting like this, they're not going to learn anything in school. So the best thing for a kid is these oils. College, high school, elementary school, anything. I mean, the best thing in the world for anything. Any pregnant mom, so you have the baby from heaven, is these oils. It just goes on and on again. But this is fundamental. If you're not taking this, it's what I tell the doctors, nothing you're doing is maximized. If your patient isn't getting the oils, the minerals, and the detoxifier, your protocols will not be as effective. And they want to be a big deal. So they want the effectiveness. So they want to look good. So that's the way I hit them with that. But it's absolutely fundamental. Forget vitamins. They are in the food. They don't do anything. But it's easy. Everybody knows we need fruits and vegetables. No, you don't. There's 7 countries that don't have any fruits and vegetables. There's 7 countries that don't have any fish. What do you mean we all know we need them? That's how they do it. And mine is just better. We're the only ones that say you're taking the wrong stuff with fish oil or flax oil by itself and killing yourself, and you need the opposite. It's very hard to do. Very hard to do. Question?
Earlier, when you were talking about calcium,
Yeah.
you threw out the word collagen.
That's in your bone matrix, which is protein. So eat steaks, eat fish, eat chicken. That's all in the bone. That's the bone matrix. You look up osteoporosis in the textbook of medical physiology, and it has nothing to do with the minerals that are dumped on the bone. The only reason they do minerals is because it does give a higher density, but it's not the right thing. It makes it crack. So if I have a lot of glass on my leg and I fall, what happens? The leg shatters. Is it denser? Yeah. Wrong thing, buddy. I don't want denser. I want it not shattering. I want my bone being flexible. Where did these oils? Flexible. In the bone matrix. What's a steak? Flexible. My wife fell on her face 10 years ago. I couldn't do anything. She just tripped. So I'm looking in horror on concrete. She got black and blue, goes to the doctor, nothing. The oils. Same thing happened when my mother fell off the side of a curb in Massachusetts in the snow, right in her face, goes to the emergency ward, got the MRI, got the scans, nothing. Black and blue, 45 days, perfect recovery, and she was 85 at the time, and nothing. That's the way it's supposed to be. So we have martial artists taking this, you can get belted, all the time, you just keep healing. I mean, it's unbelievable. The resilience your body is supposed to have is absolutely incredible. And I go the opposite way. In spite of everything wrong we're doing, we don't turn around and die right away. Put water in your gas tank in your car, it's not going to run immediately. Well, we take the wrong fuel for 20 years. We keep running. Yeah, we get sick, but we keep running. Car won't. And this is how doctors get the out. You didn't die right away. Can't pin it on me. Well, I feel like garbage. Well, that's your problem. It's not mine. You're not dead. It's all I care about. Come back next year. Yeah.
I have two unrelated questions. The first one is for my daughter-in-law. She wonders, flax oil.
Flax, yeah.
She said, how does it's supposed to go rancid extremely fast?
No, it doesn't.
No?
No, it's got 3 double bonds, so it goes rancid faster than an omega-6 oil.
Okay.
But you typically need more. You need like 5 and 6, like EPA, DHA. So flax oil will not go rancid very quickly.
Okay. All right.
It's a non-issue, especially if it's put with a mixture and it's nitrogen packed. It's a no issue. And in the body, it's minor, very minor. Fish oil is a major problem. That goes rancid spontaneously. Spontaneously. And if you take fish oil, it completely ruins PGE1, the body's anti-inflammatory. It brings it to 0 on contact. I was appalled when I saw this. So any person taking fish oil has no anti-inflammatory ability. They are all going to be sick as a dog. Temporarily, it may do something for them because you see this garbage on TV and the radio, right? So if you're not getting the parents, you get the derivatives, DHA, EPA. For 90 days, you may get a positive effect. You start going out a year, you're killing that person, and you're getting no PGE1. You're going to kill them. 5 years, you're going to have a zombie that's got every disease known to man. These people don't know this. They're walking time bombs, and they're paying for the privilege. This is why I get so passionate about this. If you don't have these oils in you, 5, 10 years from now, you're going to go, I should have listened, damn it. Read the books, get my program for $30 and read that stuff. You know more about your car than you do about yourself, and you can't have that. Especially when every power out there wants you sick. Just think about the government. They have no interest in keeping you around. They prefer you die when you're over 65. You're off Medicare and Medicaid. I would too. If I was just looking at money, what do you want? Gone. I don't want to pay for them. I want them dead. Get them. They're doing it in Canada. They allow assisted suicide for a 12-year-old.
33,000 died in New York.
From what?
From COVID, and because they put them in residential cares.
Oh, right.
Did not make use.
But I'm saying a 12-year-old in Canada can kill themselves legally. They don't need their parents. Just get rid of them. This is what's coming. They want everybody gone. They can't afford it. So nobody has your best interest regarding your health at heart. And economically, I see their point. So if you don't learn this stuff on your own, you don't make it your short-term Bible, you're going to be in trouble. You don't like what's in there, see why it's wrong. I'm not asking you to believe a damn word about anything I say. Show me wrong. I've had people try. It's been 20 years, 0. A lot of people hate me because I make them look stupid. It's not my fault. You're lying. I'm not. I've got science. You don't. But they haven't. I've never been found materially wrong on anything. Yeah.
Does your body make glutathione from the...
Yeah, your body does make glutathione. It makes all the antioxidants. That's an antioxidant. Your body makes them all. So when I say all this stuff with, we got the biggest antioxidant food in the world, your body doesn't need the help, thanks. It's in the food because that needs the antioxidant to not go rancid. But you don't need it. Your body makes every SOD, superoxide dismutase, makes them all. It needs the raw material, like with DFAs, but it doesn't need it preformed. It's like we're not fixing the pathway. We're giving the raw material so the body can make it without that pathway on its own. And that's the key. You gotta have the raw material, and that's all I do, raw material.
I have a question about blood pressure.
Yep.
These oils, and how does it help?
Artery's flexible. So 120/80, it's 120, boom, and then it goes back, that's the -40 as it's contracting. So if I had 160/120, I'd have a straw. That's calcified plaque, it's a straw. So we make the artery flexible because every tissue is supposed to be flexible. That's what the oils do automatically.
So,
Blood pressure is going to go down, everybody.
I've been taking blood pressure for a long time, and I've been taking these oils ever since like 20 years ago.
It hasn't gone down.
Still taking the blood pressure pills, because every time I try to get off, it goes up again.
How many capsules you taking a day?
Just one in the morning.
One EFA capsule? Or one?
No.
How many
I'm talking
EFA
about blood
capsules?
pressure pills.
Huh?
I'm taking 2 teaspoons of the oil.
2 teaspoons of liquid?
Yeah, now I am.
What were you taking before?
1.
That's still enough. I am shocked it's not.
Yeah.
That is
I want
strange.
to get off the blood pressure.
I haven't heard this from anybody. What else you eating? What the hell are you doing? Well, you got to be doing something highly negative to counteract what this does. I've never heard this. Write down what you eat. Start writing down so I can see it before you go. Just look at what you ate yesterday, and you got to be getting a lot of screwed up oils. You're getting screwed up oils. A lot of carbs and a lot of screwed up oils. It's got to be, because you're negating the oils totally. Everybody, I've had people as high as 200 over 120 getting to normal.
And getting off their medication.
Yeah,
Wow, I would love to.
everybody lowers
But I
blood
go
pressure.
up and down, I'm good, and then it's.
Yeah, well, it depends. I don't know what the hell you're eating. You can always screw it up again. You can have a Ferrari, you put high premium gas in it, but today I don't have the money. I'm putting in low premium stuff that costs 50 cents cheaper. The car's going to run like shit. No, you're hurting yourself. You just don't know it. Get writing, because it's you that's doing it. You just need to know what the hell you're doing. I guarantee it, because that's very abnormal. Very abnormal.
Yeah, but they were talking about the glutathione, and you said it's in the food, but.
No, body makes it.
Or the body makes it from the food?
Yeah, from.
But the food, like, what I heard was all the glutathione, everything's pasteurized now.
Yeah, I'm not sure the substrate of what is. I'm not sure what it's made from, but if you eat the raw, pull it up on the internet. How does the body make glutathione? I'm sure it makes it. You can look. I mean, that's what the internet's for. I'm sure it is in some foods.
I thought you had a chart.
Not on that. Not on that.
All the way down to.
Not on gluten. Not on
those
that.
enzymes?
That's an antioxidant or something. I don't look at that. That's not what I do. I do the EFAs. I do prostacyclin, the prostaglandins.
There was a chart, I swear, I saw a chart from your.
Something. Well, pull it up on an index or something. But just look on the internet. Glutathione. Does body make it, or does it come from food?
But all the how they process, like.
I don't know.
Milk that's like.
I just don't know. Look it up. Next one. Look it up. Next one. I don't care about that. Go.
So on your liquid versus your capsules, I do a lot of.
It's not mine, but if you get liquid versus capsules,
Yes, I do juice.
it's the same thing.
One of my questions.
I like capsules.
Yeah, I make juice in the morning.
Yeah,
Whole
yeah.
Foods juicer.
Uh-huh.
If I put the liquid in that shake, will it counteract any of
No,
the?
it's fine. It's getting in there. It's food. So you can eat it with anything. It's food. I like it with no
Well,
food,
you said she-
just to hit the bloodstream. Yeah, but she's eating screwed up stuff. And it's not with it, it's independent of it. You can't eat toxic stuff and expect this to work. It's like his peanut butter. He's counteracting the oils, and he's counteracting it eating more of the garbage than the good stuff, or you can't have that. He just doesn't know. But it's hydrogenated oil. Organic, anything with oil, organic.
They're laying eggs for you, and/or, okay, I've heard organic. Any particular oil that's better to cook with? I mean, does heat make a difference?
Yeah, avocado oil has a very high smoke point, it's like 440, so avocado oil is excellent. I deep fry with that, probably French fries. Coconut oil, it's about 400. I love coconut because it's highly saturated, can't combine with anything. And the food doesn't have a coconut oil taste, which is shocking. Because if you taste the oil, taste coconut. The minute you put on heat, zero.
What about
Zero.
spray?
That's excellent.
Spray with the
Coconut oil?
avocado oil spray.
Not bad. It's probably not going to be organic, but it's going to be okay. It's going to be okay.
Yeah, it's organic.
Oh, even better. Oh, spray's fine. It's organic.
Okay.
That's the
Do
bet.
you believe in taking like digestive enzymes or?
Nope.
No?
Don't need it. Body makes it. Body makes all the enzymes and protein. Doesn't need your help.
Okay. What about the pancreas that as we age?
Bullshit.
Slow down
Bullshit.
the production of
It's all bullshit.
enzymes?
It's all bullshit. It's just like testosterone in guys. As you age, it goes down. If that's going down, you got problems because it shouldn't be going down. That's not true. Things don't go to hell. They may go down a little, but it's systematically. So if you start upping one, are you upping 10 other ones that are complementary? You just don't grab one thing and go, let's give you more of this. You got a system, and nobody's looking at a system. You just don't up one thing and go to hell with the rest. Now you got an out of balance system. You shouldn't need any of that. Shouldn't need any of it.
So,
Well, but
what, I was just gonna say along those lines,
Yeah.
with the products you're talking about, the minerals, the EFA.
Yep, you're getting the raw material.
You don't need to basically take any supplement, no collagen, no nothing.
I don't.
Really.
As long as you're not a vegetarian, you're eating some animal protein,
Grass-fed.
you're done.
well,
You got all the raw material. You're done.
but women's we start losing estrogen as we age.
You shouldn't.
Right?
Well, you're going to get menopause and stuff. That's a natural thing. But it's more a progesterone balance.
Yeah.
Guys don't have it, but it's a balance with progesterone. And remember, you're getting overdosed in all the food with estrogenetic steroid garbage. So you got a big negative from that, the food source.
What do you think about tallow for cooking?
Organic, great.
Yep.
Yep, lard, tallow, great. But get organic because they do this perfect. They do the same hydrogenated stuff in that. It's great. Question was tallow, grass-fed tallow from theirs. Go to that store and get this stuff.
So we add that because there's a lot of people coming in instead of butter, olive oil, they want the tallow.
Great. Great.
Question for you as far as eating. Do you eat when you're hungry?
That's all you should be eating when you're hungry.
Not-
And once a day, eating 4 to 6 times a day, dumbest thing you could ever do, it turns you diabetic. Pancreas is made to spit out insulin twice a day. You're eating more than twice a day, you're on the road to diabetes.
Eat more than twice a day.
Yep.
That's interesting.
So what came out, the little nutritionists, after you put in a high-carb diet, what's that do? Spits out all this sugar, insulin comes out, so you're going from starving to full ping pong. So now what, you're a human billy goat, you got nothing better to do than to eat 8 times a day? Are you kidding me? Once is great. You should really only need once, and then socially, if you want to do a second time, anything more than that, you're out of your mind. It's all made up by the breakfast companies. I never eat breakfast at all. It's always skipped. So you need to just take the oils, boom.
How about a good cold beer?
It's carbs, but no big deal. No big deal. You're thin, no problem. No big deal at all.
Do you know a company in Texas called ID Life that they do DNA tests?
No.
And they check all about your body? You don't
No.
know that?
I don't care. The only time I would do any kind of a DNA test is if the normal stuff isn't working and then you have some rare problem. Like there's an infant that I'm having a hard time getting rid of her eczema. The oils have stopped it getting worse, but supposedly from her mom, it's a 2-year-old. She's got every genetic mess there is. So that's interesting, but this is one. Everybody else skin clears up like a son of a gun. Boom. this one. So she's got something that's screwed up, and it's a matter of figuring out what.
Try out the vaccination.
I don't know what she got.
Good care of them.
I just don't know. I don't know. But if you got problems, do any kind of test you want. If you don't have problems, don't go looking for them. They'll find something. There's money in.
Can the minerals be taken by kids as well, or no?
Oh yeah,
The minerals?
all three. Minerals, detoxifier. They're eating the junk too. There's nothing negative at all with anything. And the oils, pregnant moms get them because with the moms, nature's tough. With you, it gives all the EFAs to the kid. So it rips your EFAs out. That's why for the year after you have the kid, you're a mess. You're exhausted. Your skin goes to hell. You can't think straight. That's all gone, taking the oils. It's the pregnancy from heaven.
Yeah.
And of course, your OBGYN will go, don't take this because I don't know what it is. They'll tell you not to take it. Take your vitamins that are worthless.
I
You know?
bought your book for our doctor, she's never read it.
Of course not. They're know-it-alls.
They don't read anymore.
No. It's hopeless.
They got their
It's hopeless with the doctors. Okay, so three things: oils, minerals, detoxifier. Oils and minerals aren't in the food. Detoxifier gets rid of the garbage in the food you don't want, you're stuck with. Get some book or get my program and learn this stuff. It's not hard to read. It's dense, it's science, but I try and be entertaining. Because I know you got to be entertaining to a certain extent because I'm competing with watching TV. So I try and be funny if I can. And, doctors don't like that. He brings in analogies from other fields that aren't appropriate. You don't like analogies now in other fields. Okay. And this doctor is the publisher of a big medical publication. He gets the oils. Doesn't tell anybody he's getting them. He's getting them.
I would just like all of us to thank Brian and Dr. Peskin for just having the product for us to be able to get it. Because that's a blessing.
Thanks for reading about it and taking the time. Most people don't. There should be 5 times the people here. What's more important? Watching TV at home. And then another 10 years, they're going to go, I should have come. It's going to be too late for half of them.